in the last class, I had explained you all how to pay compliments and how to receive compliments. And I had also explained you what is small talk. So, any doubts regarding compliments and small talk? Any doubts regarding compliments and small talk? So, if I compliment you, hey, you have successfully completed the project and I'm very happy for you. Congratulations. What will you say? Congratulations on completing your project successfully. How will you respond to this? Yes, how will you respond to this compliment? Anyone can tell me? Any one of you can just unmute yourself and tell me.
Which compliment, ma'am?
So, if I compliment you, okay, if you have suppose successfully completed a project or maybe a task, so I thought of complimenting you because you have successfully completed the project. So I call you like, hey, congratulations on successfully completing your project. I'm very happy for you. How will you respond?
Ma'am, simply I will say thank you very much.
Hmm. Okay. So, of course, you need to say thank you whenever somebody compliments you, and at the same time, maintain a positive body language. That is also very important. A smile is very necessary on your face, and you should sound happy. Okay, you should sound happy. Do not sound nervous when you respond to a compliment because a compliment is supposed to make a person happy. Okay, and along with thank you, you can also add something to it. Okay, yesterday I had explained you how can you respond to compliments in different ways. Okay, you can also add few other words. So it's not necessary to add few other words, but it's good if you add few other words because in that way you can exchange some good moments. Okay, so please go through the notes properly because you are going to find everything there in the notes and it will help you to understand it in a better way. And I have already explained you this particular topic yesterday. Now go through the notes, and if you come across any kind of doubt, if you have any kind of doubt after that, then please do ask me. Okay, and the topic that I'm going to do today is networking. Okay,
Hello, ma'am.
yes,
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt, ma'am.
yes,
Someone is waiting.
oh,
He
okay,
text
okay,
me.
okay. I am unlocking the meeting. Actually, the meeting is unlocked only. I don't know why he or she is not able to join. The meeting is unlocked. You can ask him or her to try again. Okay, Abul?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So yesterday I had already explained you how to make a small talk and what is a small talk. So today again I am briefly going to tell you what is a small talk. It's an informal conversation where you talk about unimportant things. Small talks are generally to make or to build relationships. These are casual conversations, and with the help of these conversations, you can build a good relationship with the other party or with the other person. How will you be able to make small talk? Sometimes small talk are very difficult, okay, because uh, the other person is an unknown person, or maybe a person with whom you are not familiar, okay. So in that case it might be uncomfortable to make a conversation with that particular person, but in order to in order to make relationships, in order to make professional relationships rather, you need to uh, you need to know you need to try to know a lot of people who could help you, and for that you need to try to have some kind of informal conversations. Now it cannot be, these conversations are not related to serious topics, and these conversations uh, should be totally related to habits, hobbies. Do not bring any kind of controversial topics such as politics, religion, whenever you meet someone for the first time and try to interact with him. Now, sometimes, as I have already said, that sometimes small talk can be difficult because you have to interact with an unknown or a person you are not familiar with. Okay, now in that case, you might be uncomfortable, but uh, because you want to build professional relationships, because these relationships might help you in the future to in your business. So in that case you have to interact with a lot of people, with a lot of unknown people. So you have to be confident enough to go and start a conversation, and you must not make the situation awkward. So you should try to be comfortable and also make the other person feel comfortable. So open ended questions are something that can be involved in a small talk, in order to make the conversation interesting and dynamic. Okay, next, active listening is something that would help you to understand the other person, because small talk is not only about speaking, it also includes listening, because it includes two persons. So that is why you need to also listen to the other person. It's not only about you, it's also about the other person. So you have to say something, and you also have to listen to some of the things that the other person says. Then need to put away your phone. You need to keep your phone aside so that the other person does not feel ignored. In order to make the conversation a good one, you need to keep your phone away. Otherwise, if you keep on looking at your phone, this might make the other person feel uncomfortable, or there might be the other person might not feel good. So that's why keeping your phone aside is something that is very necessary when you have a casual conversation, or when you have any conversation with a person. Next is to be active, be happy, try to make the conversation interesting. Enthusiasm is something that is very necessary when you start a conversation, okay? Because your conversation is supposed to be stress free. It should not create some kind of stress, okay? It should be stress free, and your right attitude will help you to make a connection with the other person. So this is how you can have a conversation with an unknown person, or with a person with whom you are not that familiar, and in that way you can build a connection with the other person, and that connection might be helpful to you in the future. Okay, next is networking. Now networking is the exchange of information and ideas among people with a common profession or special interest, usually in an informal social setting. Networking often begins with a single point of common ground. So networking is very necessary when you are a business person. When you are a businessman or a businesswoman, network is something that you need to build. Okay, so in order to build a vast network, in order to know a lot of people who could help you, you have to interact with them. So you have to exchange some kind of information or some kind of ideas with them, so that you can build a good relationship with them. And later on, this particular relationship might be helpful, uh, okay. So networking begins with a common interest. Okay, it begins among people with a common interest or a common profession. Uh, when two people suppose have the same interests or a common profession, when they share a common profession, they would have a lot of common things to talk about, isn't it? They would have a lot of common things to talk about, and in that way, they can interact with one another. Okay, so networking is something that begins with a single point of common ground. So whenever you see a person, whenever you meet a person, you have certain common things and you have certain uncommon things, isn't it, among yourselves. So when you want to build a connection with someone, you can start with a common ground. Your conversation can be started with a common ground. For example, if you are from the hotel industry and if I am also from the hotel industry. Suppose you are also hotelier and I am also hotelier. So your and my profession is something that is common in between us. So we can have a lot of conversation with the help of this particular similarity, isn't it? Because you are also a hotelier and I am also a hotelier. So now we can have a conversation on various things related to hotels, related to a hotelier's life, related to hotel management, isn't it? We can have a lot of conversation related to these particular things. So networking begins with a common point of interest, or it begins with a common ground. You must have in order to like create a network with someone, in order to create a network with someone, you need to have some kind of similarity, and in that way you can begin a conversation. You can exchange certain information and certain ideas with the other person. Networking is used by professionals to widen their circles of acquaintances, find out about job opportunities, and to increase their awareness of news and trends in their fields. So, networking is generally used by professionals to widen their areas, to widen their circles, to build connections, okay, to build connections with the help of a common ground. Okay, networking begins as I have already mentioned, networking begins with a common ground, isn't it? So it is used by professional to increase their circle, to widen their circle, and this helps them to find out different job opportunities, and it also helps to increase them, to increase the awareness regarding the news and the trends in their respective fields. So networking must have a common ground. So when networking starts with a common ground, get to know about you get to know about the job opportunities, you get to know about the news in that particular field, because you are trying to network or make a connection with a professional, or with an organization, with a party, and you have something in common. So in that particular situation, you of course can get to know about a lot of things from that particular, from the other end, okay, from the other side. Next is business owners may network to develop relationships with people and companies they may do business with in the future. So if you are an owner of a business, you will have to connect with a lot of people in order to widen your business, isn't it? So in that particular case, you have to develop relationships with people and with companies with whom you might do business in the future. Okay, networking will help you to develop relationships with people and companies with whom you might do business in the future. Okay, next is professional networking platforms provide an online location for people to engage with other professionals, join groups, post blogs, and share information. So, if you want to know about people who can give you jobs, who can help you to show the right career path, and from whom you can get to know about a lot of things regarding your own profession or regarding your own field of interest. So, in that case, there are a lot of online platforms, okay, help you to which would help you to connect with other professionals, which would help you to join groups, and you can also post blogs and share a lot of information, get to know about a lot of information. Uh, in that way, you can gain a lot of knowledge, and you can also get to know about a lot of things related to your profession. Okay, so if you are someone who is looking for a job, so uh, you can create your account on an online platform, and then you can try to connect with different individuals who can help you to get a job, who can help you to provide information related to jobs, who can provide information related to what you should do to get a job, how will you be able to get a job, what are the skills you need to have in order to get a job. Okay, so networking might also networking would also help you to do all these things. Okay, and there are a lot of professional online networking platforms where you would be able to interact with a lot of other people who who share common interests, common goals, who belongs to the same profession, who has a lot of similarities. So it's up to you how you connect with them and how you interact with them. Okay, and networking is very helpful. Networking is very helpful for any profession, for any professional, for any businessman, for anyone. Networking is very helpful because you get to know about a lot of things, you get to make connections, and therefore it is very helpful. Okay, now let us see what are the types of networking. There are different types of networking. Okay, I am specifically going to talk about two types of networking. One is business networking and the second one is online networking. Okay, now let us see what is business networking. Now business networking is related to business owners who want to develop relationships with people and companies they may do business with in the future. So that's what business networking is. When a businessman wants to connect with people or companies or organizations he or she may do business with in the future. Okay, now these connections would help that particular businessman or businesswoman to establish a good relationship and also trust among the people in his or her community. Okay, when you build relationships, when you connect with people, when you connect with companies, you would get to know about them, and at the same time they would also get to know a certain thing, so they would also get to know certain things about you, isn't it? So this would help you to build a strong connection, a strong relationship, and this would help to build trust. Okay, trust among the people in your own community, and this would be very helpful for your business, for you as well as your business. Now, successful business networking involves regularly following up with contacts to exchange valuable information that may not be readily available outside the network. Now, when you are constantly in touch with the organizations or the people, then you might get a lot of valuable information from them. They can provide you a lot of information which would help you to grow, and you might not be able to find these particular informations outside the network. So whenever you are planning to start something, okay, you must also try to build a network, because in that way you get to know about a lot of things, and those informations are not available outside the network. So building a network is very necessary in order to grow, and also to become successful. So these people, or these group of people can actually help you in your business, or it can they can help you to find out the best opportunities. Okay, so business networking is related to developing business relationship with others, so that you can do business with them in the future, and also you can get a lot of information from them, valuable information from them, and you can also share some kind of information with them. So it's a give and take process. Okay, it's not like you will only take the information. So it's exchange of information. Networking is an exchange of information and ideas. So they will give you some information, and you too also have to share some kind of ideas and information, and it's a give and take process. It's an exchange of information. It's a process of exchanging information, exchanging ideas, and that would help you to grow. Okay, that's what business networking is. Now let us see what is online networking. Networking, uh, there are different online networking platforms. Okay, there are various online networking platforms where you can connect with a lot of professionals, where you can connect with a lot of people. Okay, now business networking, it can be online and it can be offline too. Okay, it can be online and it can be offline too. So it's not necessary, suppose I am a businesswoman, and it's not necessary that I'll only build relationship online. I can also build personal relationships. I can go to conferences, meet people, go to seminars, meet people, try to have a conversation with them and build a relationship. So business networking is not only about online networking. Now online networking, when the term is used, online networking, so when you connect with people on these platforms, on the online platforms, that is what online networking is. Now LinkedIn is a very popular online networking platform. Now LinkedIn is a platform where you can connect with a lot of people, organizations, group, and you can get to know about the job opportunities. You can get to know about a lot of information from them, isn't it? Now whenever you connect with someone, using an online networking platform, example such as LinkedIn, that's what online networking is. Okay, now, Facebook cannot be considered as a professional online networking platform because Facebook is used to interact with our friends, or yes, Facebook is also used to build connections, but it is not considered as a professional platform. Okay, Facebook is not a professional platform. Instagram is not a professional platform. Okay, these are not professional platforms. Yes, LinkedIn is a professional platform where you can find a lot of other professionals, and you can connect with them, exchange information, get to know about a lot of things from them, get to know about a lot of opportunities with them, and uh, you can also do business with them. If they are interested to, you can also do business with them. Okay, that's what online networking is. So these are the two basic types of networking, and mostly these are the two important types of networking which you need to know if you which you need to know if you want to connect with various people from your profession, from some other profession. So you can use these two networking techniques, these two types of networking, in order to connect with people, organizations, and group. And I would suggest you to create an account on LinkedIn. Okay, so that you can get to know about a lot of opportunities. You can connect with people, and that will definitely help you in your life. Okay, now I am going to provide some networking tips that you must follow. Networking tips you should follow. Okay, these are some of the networking tips that you need to know in order to build relationships with people, in order to uh, connect with people. Okay, now before explaining this particular topic to you all, I just want to know, have you all understand, is there any doubt regarding anything that I have explained till now?
No, ma'am.
So networking tips you should follow. The first one is set networking goals. Now, whenever you plan to connect with different people, okay, whenever you plan to connect with different people in order to know about something or in order to know about certain opportunities, you must have certain goals, okay, you must have certain goals. You must not just try to connect with everyone, okay, you must not do that, because in that way you would be confused. What you should try to do is to set some kind of goals that I want this kind of jobs. I want to know about these opportunities. So you can try to connect with those people, isn't it? You can try to connect with those people. Student, just a minute. Okay, so networking tips you should follow. How to make connections, okay. Now the first one, as I have already said, set networking goals. So in order to have a clear direction, with a specific goal in mind for your networking, you must set networking goals, okay. So otherwise, if you try to connect with a lot of people from various fields, you might be confused, okay. So you might be confused. So you must first of all set some goals, okay, and then try to connect with those people who could help you to achieve that particular goal, okay. So you must know with whom you should connect, okay. You must try to understand it. Once you set your goal, you will have an idea that I want to connect with these organizations or these people. So in that way you can connect with the organizations and the people, and you won't be confused. So you need to have a clear direction, and for that you need to set your goals. Why do you want to connect with people? Why do you want to create a profile on LinkedIn? What is the purpose behind it? So you have some goals, isn't it? Think about it, and then you need to have a clear direction, and then after that start networking, okay. Next, number 2 is to know where to do networking. Now, this is something very important. You cannot just go to everyone, every individual, and you cannot just try to exchange some kind of idea or information. They might not be interested. They might not be interested to work with you. They might not be interested to give you the required information, isn't it? So it is very important for you to know where to do networking. You cannot approach each and every individual. You cannot approach every person. Okay, you have to figure out. You have to first of all analyze and then figure out, okay, with who can help you and who will not at all help you. So this is something you should keep in mind when you plan to do networking. This is something you should keep in mind. Know where to do networking. Suppose you have created an account on LinkedIn, okay. Now, because you know that this is a platform, this is an online platform that would help you to make connections with a lot of people, isn't it? You need to know about that particular point. You need to know about the platform or the person who can help you. Now, I have mentioned that LinkedIn can help you to make connections, to get to know about opportunities. Now, this is the right platform. Now, this platform can help you to connect with a lot of people. And after you create an account on LinkedIn, after that, what you need to do is you need to search for, as I have already said, that you must set some goals. So you cannot connect with you should not connect with each and everyone, because you do not need to know each and everyone, isn't it? You need to know only those people or those groups who can help you. Okay, who can help you. So you need to then find out, analyze and find out who can help you, who can provide you some opportunities, who can let you know about opportunities, or who can provide some valuable information to you. So you must know where to do networking. Okay, the next point is understand your target. Okay, now target means your contacts. Okay, your potential contacts. So you need to understand the context. Okay, target here means you need to know about your potential contact, and in that way you should try to. So once you have your account on LinkedIn, you will see a lot of people there. So try to find out the people who could help you, or the organizations who can provide some opportunities, and then target them. Okay, send the request, try to connect with them. You should not target each and everyone. Okay, you should only try to connect with the people who can help you. So target here means the potential contacts. Okay, so it's about networking is all about meeting the right people, not everyone. Okay, not everyone. It's about meeting the right people who can help you. Effective networking is more about quality rather than quantity. You might know 1,000 people, but there are only 10 people who can provide some valuable information to you out of those 1,000. But you suppose know 20 people, and all the 20 connections can help you in a way or other. So now concentrate on the quality rather than the quantity whenever you start networking. Okay, so target means your potential contacts. So choose the right people, choose the right organization. Next point is take the first step by reaching out. So you should not wait for the other party to contact you. Okay, they might not do so, okay, so you must take the first step and you must try to contact them. Okay, that's what take the first step by reaching out means. Next is manage your time to make way for networking. Now you need to manage your time in order to connect with these people. You need to take out some time from your busy schedule, and you need to plan it accordingly. So if you do not have time to do it, or if because of networking, if rest of your works are hampered, so that's what I would not suggest you to do. So manage your time accordingly, take out some time to make contacts, to connect with the people or the organizations. Provide as much value as you can. So once you contact a person, just do not stop. You have contacted that person once, they have helped you. After that, just keep on communicating with them. Okay, you need to keep on communicating with them. You need to provide as much value as you can. So it's a two-way process, and it's a healthy and a productive relationship would definitely create some value. So in order to receive value, you also have to provide some value. Okay, you also have to provide some kind of information or ideas, so that it's a two-way process. So provide as much value as you can. You need to also exchange your ideas. You need to also share your opinions, ideas, thoughts, and it's a two-way process. So just do not expect the other person to give you information and to share his or her ideas with you, and you do not do anything. That is something that should be totally avoided. Okay, you must also take a part, and both the parties must contribute. Okay, and in this way you can develop a good relationships. Next is to develop a habit of introducing people and make an effort to connect others. Now, do not just be like, I know this person and I'm not going to introduce this person to anyone else. So widen your circle. So if somebody, if suppose one of your friend also is from the same profession, and knowing that particular party might also help him, so you need to introduce him to the other party. So this is something that would help you to build good relationships. Okay, develop a habit of introducing people and make an effort to connect others as well. Do not be selfish. Remember that networking is not just about you. So this is another very important thing you need to remember, that networking is not only about you. Listen, ask for their thoughts and opinions. This is something that is very necessary. Do not just keep on telling about yourself. Be open minded, be flexible, do not be rigid. So you must be open minded, you must be open to any ideas. Okay, next is to reintroduce, remind, check in and follow up. Now this is something very important. You need to keep on reminding, keep on checking, and keep on following up in order to continue the relationship. Otherwise, if you just contact them, and if suppose they have helped you once and after that you stop contacting them, now that is not a good habit, and then in that way you will not be able to continue the relationship. So in order to continue the relationship, you have to also practice follow-ups. You have to follow up, you have to remind, you have to keep on interacting. Okay, so these are some of the tips you should follow when it comes to networking. Any doubts, students? That's all from my end. The session might end at any moment. So I want to. Okay, Roshan, it's okay. I can understand. I can understand.